Hello everyone. Today we are going to look into the LeetCode problem. First missing positive. So here we are given an unsorted array and we need to find what is the first missing positive. So 0, 1, 2. This is the numbers that are given I spent in a sorted order, but still it is in unsorted order. So if we make them into sorted order, then what is going to be the first missing positive? So we have 0, we have 1, we have 2, we are not having 3. That means 3 is the missing one. Here in this list, we have 1, sorry, minus 1, 1, 3, 4. So the missing value is 2. We have 1, we have 3, but we don't have 2. So that is the missing value. When coming to this particular array, you can see it is started from 7, but our main focus is to finding the first missing positive. So anyway, if the array is not consisting 1, we can directly say that it is not having 1. That means the first missing positive is 1. Okay, then how can we solve it? So to solve this one, we are going to use an array, that is Boolean array, and we will take the advantage of that indices. How we are going to do it? Let's see. First, I'm going to find length, as I'm going to use these parameters multiple times in this solution. Length of the array, nums given the array, and I'm going to create a Boolean array. I'm just calling it as array. It is not a good name convention, but still. Okay, so yes. So I'm taking an array, a Boolean array of length, nums length, the same length. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop through this particular array, nums array. I'm going to loop through the array, and I will check one thing. If num is greater than 0 and num is less than num. Okay. Why I'm taking this? So before writing the logic in this if condition, let's try to understand what is happening here. So let's say I'm taking this array and I'm taking a boolean. Okay, let's say I'm taking a boolean array. So what I'm going to do is, first, as I'm checking the index, first I will check this index. First I'll check this, what is the number here, and i will try to I will try to make some marking in my boolean array. So how can I mark? So initially all the array is initiated as false values, right? So I will make the position, respective position of this particular value, to true. So 1, when coming to 1, I will make the first position as true. When coming to 2, when I'm checking the number 2, I'm making the second position as true. And the last one is obviously false, like as it is not, as we are not making any changes, as we don't have the position of 3 in this array. So 1, obviously we can ignore the 1, as it is not a positive or negative. It is we are entirely focusing on positive. That means we are going to ignore 1. So by doing this kind of approach, either we can find like which one is we will again, like when we are going after this particular for each loop, we will loop through this particular array, this particular array, boolean array, and we will check where we have the false. That is the one, that is the place, like if we have at the third position we have false, that means 3 is the first missing positive. Okay, so let's take the example of this one. Let's try to do the same for this one. Okay, here we need to take uh, one more array. 4, the length of array is 4, as we nums length is also 4. So what we are going to do? So first I will loop to this loop. So 3, third position, I will make it as true. Fourth position, I will make this as true. Okay, then minus one position, we don't have minus one position, so that's why I'm just considering all the values greater than 0. Okay, then first value also I will make it as true. So where we have our missing value, you can say the second position. Okay, the second position is false. So that's what we are going to do. So for that purpose, I am taking this for loop to fill my Boolean array. Okay, what I'm going to do? It's a simple thing. If num is greater than zero and num is less than length, that means array of num minus one is equals to true. Why I'm taking minus one? So we can say this is first position, this is second position, but in array we know that position will start with zero, the index will start with zero. So for that purpose, I'm just deducting one from it. Okay. So after completing this loop, I'm going to, as I told before, I'm going to look through this one as well. Here I'm using for loop. Okay. Here I'm using for loop. Then what I'm going to do here? Simply, I will check if array of I is false. Okay, array of I is false, then return I plus one. Okay. If the zeroth position is false, then we need to return one, not zero. If let's say we have, let's take one more example. We have 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, and everything will be false only. So after looking through this loop, after looking through this array, what is going to happen? This false will become true, as if we have 1, we have 2, this will also become true, this will also become true, obviously this will also become true. So what is the condition? If all our Boolean array, all of the elements in our Boolean array are true, what is the condition? That is where it will not hit, and we will complete our for loop. Then we need to return some value if it is not meeting, if we are not catching anything in in this particular logic. What is the value? It's simply length plus 1. This is a classic example why I am taking length plus 1. Okay, we have this particular thing, and all the values are filled. That means the next value should be 5. That means the length plus 1. Okay, and one more thing here we are missing. Let's say I am checking this particular value. Okay, the fourth one, the 4. So here our condition is not going to move, right? So this condition is not correct, so it should be less than or equals to. It's a small correction from my side, and I'm going to comment them, and let's give it a try. Yes, it's working fine. Then what I can say is I will just remove all the comments and submit it. Yes, that's our solution. It's working fine. It's the best solution. So this is our approach for solving first missing positive. That's it for today. Thank you.